Hello and welcome to IndiaBet. Today we're going to look at the IPL final eliminator between Chennai and Delhi. I mean, what an amazing game it was on Wednesday when Chennai, 2 wickets down in the second over, having scored 1 run, come back and scored that enormous 187 against Mumbai. I mean, it was the most epic game. What a comeback from Chennai. I mean, it was a beautiful thing to watch, you know, amazing cricket, and Mumbai just couldn't respond. Mumbai batting, I couldn't believe it, but they absolutely collapsed. You know, the pressure got to them, that horrible run out, you know, Tendulkar just gave himself out, you know, and that maybe was a sign of things to come. Anyway, last year's champions, however lucky they've been throughout this tournament, are there in the final eliminator, 1 match away from the final, and they're taking on the team that have dominated this tournament so far, the Delhi Daredevils. Now, Delhi, despite the fact that they've won the league, won 11 games to Chennai's 8, are actually 11 to 10 outsiders to win this game with Sporting Bet. Most places they're evens, but Sporting Bet have gone top price at 11 to 10. Chennai are favourites at 4 to 5 with Bet365. And the reason that they're favourites is because they're playing at Chidambaram. They're playing at their home ground, and that is an enormous advantage for them. Especially the last time Delhi came to Chennai, they got thrashed by 9 wickets. So Delhi, you know, really won't want to come back to Chidambaram. They're going to have haunting memories where the top order just collapsed. You know, people like Sehwag just, you know, fell, and Warner didn't do anything, and Odger, I think he's got about 4 runs in that match, you know, and the middle order just batted very slowly on a pitch that really can do that to teams. The thing about the Chidambaram is that if you do not take it on and attack it as a batting side, you will not score runs. It's got a slow outfield, and the pitch is difficult to deal with. It's difficult to pick up those off spinners on it. So Chennai have a big home advantage. I mean, they've played okay at home. They haven't played wonderfully at home this season. A lot of low scores. I know it's strange to say that because we all remember the RCB game where they scored something like, you know, 415 runs between them or something, and you know, and that was an epic game. But actually, I think it's a low-scoring game tomorrow. You know, there's so much, as we saw with Mumbai, there's a lot of pressure on both teams, and that leads to wickets. You know, the batsmen are the ones that feel the pressure, not so much the bowlers. So, to be honest, I think the value when we're betting in the batsman markets is going to be in the lower order. One standout bet I've seen is Dhoni, who scored 50 runs on Wednesday and top scored at 13 to 2, and we recommended you to bet him then, continues to be 13 to 2 to with Bet365 to top score for Chennai. And Dhoni at 13 to 2 with Bet365, that's an amazing price. Like also on that team is Jadeja, who, you know, comes down, low down the order. I'm sure some Chennai wickets will go, and Jadeja 10 to 1 Bet365. I think Chennai paid, you know, almost $2 million to have him in their team, and he hasn't produced the goods. But you know, he's a fantastic player. We knew he could bat. How he's 10 to 1 to top score for Chennai, I don't really know. I think that's a very good, you know, outside punt. On the Delhi side of things, Sehwag's 11 to 4, and with William Hill, and I've never seen such a bad price. You know, Sehwag is out of form, he lacks confidence. Yes, he's a terrific player. Yes, he's going to open the batting. But what's the use in that if you just aren't seeing the ball, aren't happy? You know, he has not been performing well recently. David Warner, meanwhile, is more like it. Also at that price, 11 to 4 with William Hill. He's got grit, he's got steel. He sticks in, and along with Jai Wardner, who's 4 to 1 Bet365, they're the 2 players in the Delhi side that I'd want to be backing, because they're 2 players that defy form. They're 2 players that really work hard on their batting and produce the goods in big games. So my batting bets are I'm going to back Dhoni at 13 to 2 and Jadeja at 10 to 1 to top score for Chennai. And for Delhi, I think I'm going to go for Jai Wardner again. He scored 40 when they played Kolkata, and he was the pillar. Without Jai Wardner in the Kolkata game, Delhi would have got absolutely thrashed. So Jai Wardner at 4 to 1 Bet365 is my bet on that side. But if you like Warner, if you fancy Warner, then 11 to 4 shouldn't be sniffed at with William Hill. In terms of the game, I like Delhi at 11 to 10. I think they're a side that are going to be devastated if they go out of this competition. And just Chennai have been erratic. You know, for Chennai to win, you know, 2 games on the trot, 2-3 games, it's unlikely. And And Chennai, I can see throwing this away in front of their home crowd. I think what we've learned from the IPL is the unexpected happens. And so 11-10, Delhi with Sporting Bet isn't a bad price. In terms of the runs, they're going to be selling runs just because, you know, we've got a slow outfield. It's due for a bit of drizzle tomorrow in Chennai, you know, so making that outfield even worse. It's a difficult wicket to play on, and it's a big pressure game. In big pressure games, it's difficult to score runs, and I can see, you know, the batsman tomorrow freezing up. And it was due to be an absolute classic. There's plenty of betting in this game. It's a cracking betting game, so get involved and check back at IndieBet soon for more betting previews, odds and updates. Cheers.